Here we go, we're live. How's it all going and all the rest? There we go. So not much going on at the moment. Next video will be memes as normal. So I'm trying to cycle my channel a little bit. So I'm trying to maybe do one day a live stream and the next do a essentially just a video for a memes video. So I'll do a live one day and then the next I'll do essentially just a video live stream. So one day live stream, one day memes. So yeah. There's the bot. It's always there every time. I don't know why. It's always like one bot was there. So thank you for helping with my watch time. If that actually does, I wonder if bots classes watch time. That's a good question. Hello. How's it going? Good? Just thought I'd do a live stream just to, See, I'm going to do videos every second day, and hopefully each day like today, I'm going to do a live stream. So kind of, yeah. Currently watching The Lord of the Rings. Kind of watched that, but yeah. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Just getting a heap of memes ready for the next video, and I think I'm going to try and get it to at least 1 minute to 2 minutes on most of my meme videos, so that they get good. Because I find if I put them at around 1 minute to 2 minutes, they get decent views then. If they're shorter than at least 1 minute, they don't get that many views due to the way it works. But yeah, that's just how I figured out. Fairly decent view hours is definitely by getting at least 1 minute worth of video. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm very happy that I've finally sorted out, because I've been waiting so long to get these fursuit paws, and finally the person who's making them, who made a big fluff up, he or she, whoever it is, essentially forgot about my order until I contacted them and saying, where is my order and all that. Eventually, finally, now I'm communicating more better with them, and they said they'd be getting a photo to me by Tuesday of what they have made. So hopefully they'll look fairly decent. And hopefully by the end of the month, I'll have some fursuit paws. Which, yeah. You get these flashlights out there that you just plug straight into your car sockets and charge them straight from the socket. And these are so handy because I use 12-volt panels all over the place, and I've got sockets that they can into. And yeah, pretty handy little things, because you can keep them in your car, keep them in the socket when you need to charge them, and yeah. It's a bit brighter than a phone's one. A phone light, maybe? Depends. Some of them use different types of LEDs. Actually, it's a good question. How bright is my phone? Not that good. Comparing it to this is a little bit more powerful because it's got a more directed beam. It directs the light a bit more focused. Yeah, it's just a cool little gadget. I don't know exactly what they call them. They're just like car socket flashlights, I guess. If you look something like that up, you'd probably find something along those lines. You can also get ones that plug into your USB port, which they're a little bit more handier because I've got a lot of power sources around here that run on a USB style outlets, which is very handy. And yeah, I'll tell you one thing around here, the mice are actually pretty damn smart. I set a couple mice traps before, and I just put a dab of peanut butter on the trigger plate. They lick it straight off. They lick it right off of the plate without setting the trap off. And so I thought, how can I get these little rascals? So I essentially set a little bit of cardboard. What I did was I folded a little bit of cardboard, cut it out, and stuck it into the notch in the trap on the trigger plate and coated it in peanut butter. And the peanut butter oil soaks into the cardboard, and the mice want to chew on that to get the taste of it almost, of the peanut butter. Yeah, they are clever little buggers, I'll tell you that much. Some people, I can't remember what it was, some military use rats to find bombs. So, yeah, that's why they're being used for a lot of testing and various things. But, yeah, clever little buggers. And I've seen them running around in here, and I had two of them, at least two or three in the house, more in the garage. I've got to clear that out of rats and mice because they chew on everything, including cables. And obviously, I've got a lot of those power cables everywhere, and they just chew on them. But, well, they're just normal stuff. I have to actually start making some more leather stuff soon because I've got a whole lot of just raw leather hide that I've been meaning to make into stuff. And I need to make a new collar because the leather ones are really nice. And yeah, cool. I could probably send a few to people once I get a PO box and all that. Sort of, I might do various things for people. Maybe do like some sort of a raffle. That should be a pretty cool idea. When you send something to someone, like if you send like a letter or something, I'll put it into a raffle, the address hidden away in a little parcel. And essentially what I'll do is I'll raffle it, and the person who gets drawn out will get a collar or whatever they choose or something like that. That's something I've never seen before on YouTube, essentially a raffle. Would that be a form of gambling? Would they class that as gambling? That's actually a question. Although I'm not giving money though, so don't been given money from it. I don't know. That depends. That's actually a pretty good question under the terms of service of YouTube. But I don't know. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a bit of an iffy area there, but but it depends on if someone's giving you money. To my last experience, when it comes to anything along those lines, yeah, 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 he's definitely the knowledgeable one in that area. But yeah, might not do that. I'll probably figure something out. I am planning on probably using either Etsy or something like that to sell eventually once I've sorted that out. Sell collars, perfectly made for, yeah, just wearing. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I spaced out there for a moment, but yeah, do need to work on a few things. But yeah, it would be a cool idea to have a PO box so I can able to. Yeah, I will be planning on doing that eventually soon, as a possibility for various things. You could send me all kinds of cool little items from the US that we don't see a lot over here, from food to just small trinkets and things that can be sent through the mail. Yeah. But yeah, always a good idea to think of outside the box and all that, and yeah, yeah. I'm a bit of a collector of various things, and yeah, do a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of always interested in a lot of various other people's, yeah, mail and letters. So I'll definitely be setting that up eventually. I have been talking to someone um, on Discord who's going to be sending me something because I private messaged. I sent them my address because I know them well enough that they wouldn't be, silly with it. And now they're going to send me a box of goldfish. I've heard of these little cracker things. We don't see them a lot over here. A lot of US foods. It's kind of funny. It's like geographically, food in certain areas is not as common as others. Even though we've got all this amount of shipping and all that capabilities, you still don't see foods from other parts of the world. But yeah, yeah, I will be probably planning on doing it. It costs around $100 and something to set one up, but that's about a year's worth of time that you've got with that before you have to renew it. I probably will ask around about a few things like, because we do move around a lot because we use renting properties, rented this house. So if we have to move, I'll have to hope that they can renew it and all the rest. But yeah, that's just something I hope I can do. At eventual point, obviously I'm still saving. I've obviously going to plan on soon starting to make inquiries about getting a fursuit from Kit or whoever. Like, he works with quite a few people, obviously, making fursuits. So yeah, there's no rush to it. I want to obviously get it done properly, and obviously Kit's got a lot of stuff going on more than I do from time to time. He's an extraordinary individual. Yeah. The funny thing is, because I can see how many people are viewing my live stream, I've always got one bot. It shows up about half a minute after I start live streaming. It will usually show up, and then it just sits there, does nothing. And I'm wondering, since it's showing up as a viewer, does that mean it increases my watch time? That's a good question. It may do. It may do. So thank you, YouTube, if that's the case. Yeah, maybe. It's a definite maybe. I actually have to look at the analytics after this and see if that's the case. It's been around for a long time, but I don't know, maybe it's a new thing, but yeah. One of the cool things that I got some time ago was from Hyena Agenda. They make things like this. I thought that was a really cool little button. It's kind of like 3D kind of, if I can actually get it to, wait a moment. Can I turn on a light over the back there just a moment? I'll just plug in a lamp. That's the right cable. There we go. Actually, like sparkles. It's really cool. Yeah. Should probably. Studio lighting is just an old little desk lamp that I put an LED lamp and bulb into to. Yeah. Yeah, cool, eh? Hyena Agenda. They actually make some pretty cool stuff. I got what came with it was 2 stickers. That one and that one. And that one was just something else. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. They came free with those stickers. And this is actually the packaging from the actual, when you buy it, this is actually what it came in. It's a cardboard parcel from. That's pretty cool, actually. You got to think they actually put a lot of effort into making those parcels, kind of things like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Custom things like that they small details like that. The actual packaging actually is kind of cool to actually just hang up on the wall as a bit of a extra. Yeah, I've been getting quite a few subscribers lately on my channel. I lost one, don't know why, but and then I gained 2 or 3 now. So that's 1 step forward, 1 step back, and 3 forward. Pretty cool. But yeah. I'm doing damn good. It's actually pretty cool. Like I've been looking at the analytics, just watching go. It was going for about 3 months, and then just goes. Buh. It was like, okay, what I'm doing is working, and people like it. It's hilarious looking at the hate comments sometimes. It literally is so funny. It's just like, let me see if I can bring one up that I had. It was hilarious. It's just like, it's what you'd call peak big brain moment. It's hilarious. Okay. Just a moment. I just got to bring up YouTube. Yeah. It's all good. Yep. It's all good. Big brain moment. Yeah, inbox. I'll see if I can find it if it wasn't. Um, Yeah, this is it. Kill, die. It doesn't focus that well on. Yeah, but yeah, this is cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's big brain for you. Very funny. Very funny indeed, entertaining to watch. It's like it kind of shows you possible level of age as well of about probably I'd say 10. It's usually the Fortnite kids. It's you know those kinds of kids, That's like the Fortnite kinds of ones. Dabbing on all the haters. Oh. Oh. Yeah, the funniest thing is, out of all this time that I've been making videos, yep, I hate them. Yeah, like some of them are more cringy than some furries that I know. That just shows you, though. Like I see a lot of cringy stuff, and it's like, oh my god, okay, whatever, do your thing, and just like, yeah. There's that song that's made by Zoomers called "Okay Boomer," and I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't even listen to a minute of it. It was like, what the? Oh, that's what you call ultimate cringe at the peak of everything. Gosh, these are what cigarette lighters were for. Yeah, the old car sockets originally for these things. Element, and you would push it in onto the back electrode, and it would heat it up, and it'd get hot enough to light stuff. But it doesn't work, unfortunately, because it'd be kind of useful to have a little heating element to get something going. I don't smoke or anything. I just use a lot of heat to burn and melt things. Like if you're making a lot of rope, if you're using rope and stuff to stop the end of it fraying, you heat it up to melt the fibers together. Pretty handy. Stops the rope from fraying, which you do lose a bit of rope from fray if you don't take care of that problem. Oh. Been watching there's a funny lot of people that you wouldn't even expect with furries or something like that. And yeah. You know, the funniest individual I have to say is probably the most elusive furry in terms of who's a YouTuber is probably James. It's like, why? Is it to get attention? Is he an attention troll? Because, that's the thing. It's not so much a clout chasing level of trolling. It's more just like, hey, look, here's a picture of me here's a picture of my TV and there's a reflection in it. Oops, I'm wearing a fursuit here in the reflection. Yeah, that's kind of actually true. It actually makes sense. It may be he's an actual attention troll in terms of any kind of other furry. That's just what I'm thinking. Total Yeah, because he's been all over the internet and you can find all kinds of stuff about him and all that. Yeah. Yeah, it just seems to be, odd. Well, he is. That's literally. So yeah, I just like, whatever. Whatever you want to call yourself, bro. I'm just gonna sit there and just go, okay. I'm surprised because he's gone to FurCons, but there's no video of him. Like, seriously? Like, there's actually pictures out there of him at a FurCon. That's just something that just kind of, I don't know, whatever. Just luck, blind luck. Oh well, enough obsessing over other YouTubers. Oh. Bestest place if you ever want to look for a decent mirror when you're going through a scrapyard for a small mirror is inside of hard drives, if I've already shown you. Actually pretty good. They're the hard drives disc. I should probably try and salvage a hard drive, see if I can get it to work. Oh God, what would be on it? Finding them at the dump, you would probably expect there'd be some pretty interesting stuff on them. And I can buy the cables for them from the internet. You just look up the type of plug that it's got on the back, and then it hooks up to a USB lead, and then that hooks into your computer. And essentially acts like an external hard drive. I've got one, but I want to see if I could do that. Like, if you can get one from the dump and it's still in decent condition, could I use it as a form of storage? But yeah, the other part from them is the big ass magnets that they have in them, called neodymium magnets. Yeah. I don't want to put it too close to any of the computer wear, but that's the magnets that are in them. Very strong. Oh, they are fairly tough magnets. They're really good because you can screw them against a surface and use them for holding tools onto your bench. But yeah, those are the best place to get good supplies of magnets and mirrors. This is the old hard drive, but yeah. What was the... Been having... Yeah, I find some pretty weird stuff on the internet. Like, you just... Like, weird things you can buy. It's just like... Seriously? They make that kind of deal? It's like, you type in something you don't expect to come up as a result, and it comes up. It's like, seriously? That's a thing. But that's just life. Yeah. We'll throw some pretty odd stuff at you from time to time. Me, I'm just like, well, it's a thing. I've got 2 pens there I thought I didn't have. And I've got... I forgot that I keep forgetting that I got this. Found this at the dump, and it is a whistle from an old steam boiler. little bit annoying, but possibly useful for something. But yeah, damn, some pretty funny stuff happens from time to time. I showed one of my brother's friends what a furry looks like a fursuit and all that, and they were like, "What the heck? This is kind of cool." It's like, imagine walking downtown in that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting one of those." He's like, "Seriously? How much do they cost?" And I said, "Oh, they're not cheap. Where do you get them on? Amazon?" "No, you don't get them on Amazon. That's for sure." Yeah. So you don't know. Maybe some people will get a little bit more curious into this whole thing. But you never know. It just helps people get, yeah. It's like, because he asked me, "What do you do in your spare time?" And I was like, "Oh, I've got all these hobbies." But yeah, the main thing about it is to essentially, I was just like showing them what it's about and all that, and explaining as best as I could how to expect, what to expect. But yeah, what was today? Monday. So tomorrow I should see some pictures at some point of my fursuit paws by then. And if not, well, I'll be asking for my money back. Because obviously, I do not take people who waste my time. But yeah, I obviously do know that it takes a lot of effort to make a fursuit. It's just, when there's a lack of communication and a lack of clarity, it gets a little bit suspicious to me. I just act very calmly towards people most of the time, unless they're, yeah. But yeah, it's nice just to chill out and talk to people and all the rest and do stuff. That's where I put I keep putting things in funny places. So gas lighters that I've used a bit of these butane ones. Pretty cool little things. I like the ones that don't use a piezoelectric ignition, because those ones, once that piezoelectric is worn out, you can't replace them. This one uses flint, and it's very much replaceable. I just undo a screw there to replace the flint, and then I use a canister of butane to refill it. Refillable lighters are cheaper than buying a disposable ones, because one, they last twice as long. Two, you can refill them for half the price of buying a new one. A can of butane costs $13. Once you've got that, it's over about estimated it to be over 1,000 refills, and I've only ever purchased 2. So they last a very long time if you're only using them for like little gas torches and lighters, which is very handy. The other one that I use is for getting fires going and all that is a tiny little alcohol lighter that uses just pure alcohol, because the lighter fluid costs somewhere around the range of about $5 a can, and they only contain, I think it's about 300 or 400 mil of gas, of pure lighter fluid, whereas I can buy a litre of methylated spirits for approximately $13 or $14, about $12, and it's cheaper. And I use that. It's a really good cleaning substance for cleaning off surfaces. It's really good for various purposes. But I might have to get isopropyl alcohol for cleaning fursuits. That stuff's a bit aggressive. It damages rubbers and plastics. It can actually soften rubber, which is useful to some degree for some things, which, yeah. But, yeah, don't drink that stuff. But I have seen people using it for a lot of purposes. If you've ever seen people with fire batons and all that, they'll spit, fire spraying and all that. Pretty crazy, and I'm not probably going to even try and do that. But, yeah, pretty interesting. Oh. Okay, that's all good. This canteen, I've had this for over a year, over 2 years now, and I had to replace the string. Cool. Yep, indeed, it's cool. I've only had to replace the chain with a string because the chain kept breaking. It's just like a thin, really thin chain. And so I replaced it with a length of paracord. And the only other thing I had to replace was the cap on the inside, which I replaced with some soft leather to act as a seal, which works very well because leather is a really good seal, is a really tough seal material. So if you don't know, air rifles, the piston front on quite a lot of air rifles is made out, the piston seal itself is made out of leather because leather is tough enough to handle that condition of being suddenly accelerated forward inside of a steel tube. And that's why you're not supposed to let the cylinder go dry. So you've got to always put a little bit of oil in there, helps keep it moving smoothly, but also stops the leather from drying and cracking out. Getting all cracked and dry. So they're very, very interesting material. It's very tough. It just lasts a long time. Leather is really useful in a lot of fairly manual components. A lot of mechanical components like that because it just handles rubbing against surfaces. Even nylon burns out after a while compared to the leather. The lifespan is probably much greater. The leather has got much stronger. I don't know why it is. It's just strong material. It's pretty decent stuff. I made a wallet out of it ages ago. This is a handmade wallet that I made quite a bit of time ago. It's quite big, but you can see the leather has literally become this nice, dark, smooth color now. And this is just a very simple wallet. One chamber for your money and one for your cards. And it's held shut by essentially just a rivet that acts kind of like goes through like a button in the shirt and just pops open like that. But yeah, simple way of making a wallet. And it's all held together with essentially what they're called dome snaps. So you punch a hole in the leather, you put a pin through, and you put a cap on top, and you simply just hit it with a hammer. And what that does is it acts just like how a pop rivet works. The two pieces of metal kind of get stuck together. And they're pretty strong as stitching leather goes. I've tried stitching leather, and it's very hard to do. It's very time consuming compared to popping that many rivets. I can do that, in only a while, and it's tougher the threading doesn't come undone. There's no threading to come undone. There's no loose ends that hang off. It just stays together. It's a pretty cool idea, little wallet like that to build, and yeah, it's just something I build. Oh, Velcro wallets. Oh my god. I used to have one of those when I was young. God, that brings back memories of all the loose change rattling around in it. Oh well. Yeah. I just use a leather wallet that I think came from Vietnam. Yeah. Someone just gave this to me, one of my family members. It's one of those ones, you go, card, ID, and this. Now, I don't know much about these, but I saw them on Wish, so I looked for a local one to see if they, because usually what I do, if I buy something a bit sketchy, I look for it first in New Zealand. If they're selling them in New Zealand, and then usually it's okay to import. Usually. But what it is, essentially, it's a knife that you flip, fold in such a way that you got yourself a little knife. And the blade is held in with like a little clasp. Essentially the same size as any standard card. And yeah, that's just a card carried for essentially just for various purposes. Nothing too nefarious. But yeah, that's the type of cards that I use for essentially. That's the one I use for essentially opening things when I don't have a multi-tool, because usually this is, yeah, it is a weird thing. Like this here is a bit more useful, the old multi-tool. Yeah. I used to have a Swiss Army knife, and comparing a Swiss Army knife to one of these are much better, these Leatherman. These whole stainless steel ones are the ones you want. They're full stainless steel. No plastic parts that will fall off. No parts that will just come loose easily. Yeah. I've had this for a long time, and it hasn't actually. I only had a few things break on it, and it's actually lasted pretty good time. Blade stayed fairly good, and need to give it a bit of a touch up actually. Diamond file. I literally just have a whole collection of knives and stuff just to. Yeah. There we go. Not too bad. It's a little bit dull, but it's a bit better than what it was. Yeah. Because actually, the only pair of multi-tools that I actually had have the bestest scissors on them. Like, these scissors are actually fairly decent. Little spring mechanism in them, yeah. Pretty cool, these things are. Need to give it a little bit of oil, if anything, to oil them up to stop them from rusting and seizing. But yeah. Oh my god. I forgot that I had this laying around. I don't know. I just found it amongst a whole pile of junk when I got it. What a joke. I don't know. That's funny. The other ones I've got actual money that's really old. I've got an old. It's like from Tibet or somewhere. That's an old one. It has a essentially a little code strip in it. Yeah, it does. Running through the paper, there is a little tiny security strip, and then more. I got given this recently with their wallet, and apparently this is worth a few bucks, like maybe $1, 50 rupees from somewhere, Thailand. But yeah, it's just some old money that I've got. I keep because it's cool to have a bit of old stuff like that. But yeah, someone back in the day, when coins were like your quarters and all that were made as copper, mainly of copper or something like that, they were more valuable for the scrap than they were for the actual value of the coin itself. And obviously, you're not supposed to melt coins down because that's against the rules. But yeah, yeah, it shows obviously how valueless some currency is. It's worth more as for what it's made of than what it's actually printed to being. So I think I've shown this around a bit on the stream, but this here is a kind of knife that's perfect for opening boxes and all that when you're doing like an unboxing while wearing a fursuit, because there's no spiky pointed end. This type of knife is usually on the ones usually in life rafts, the big inflatable ones. I really do want to get one of those just for the heck of it, because you get them and they come in like a little box or package, and you have the ripcord and you go yoink. That would be a freaking prank or a bit if you could get one, put it somewhere so that when someone opens a door, it inflates and then pins them against the wall. Maybe not, but that'd be hilariously funny to see something like that. To use one for something. But it also, because some of them have a cover over top of them, most of the modern ones have like a big cover, it would also be a perfect tent. You just lay it down somewhere and just go yank. As long as you had a refillable canister to attach to it for when you pulled it, yeah. But yeah, these are the knives that they come in like little survival kits on board of them. And the knives themselves, they're quite sharp. The edge here I've given a fairly good touch up. It'd be perfect for opening boxes. It's got a nice big large handle to hold it, like easily, and yeah. But yeah, that's something. Just yeah. Yeah, something that I've found is fairly funny. Buying stuff. You know how like some companies will like put out merchandise from their games. Like Borderlands will have their little. Where did I put that? Did I put it somewhere out of sight? I guess I did. It's probably buried under 20 different items. Oh, there it is. It is kind of buried. These little Borderlands emblems, you get them on Wish for about like $3 or $4. The ones that are sold officially by Borderlands or by whoever runs all that nonsense, they cost over $20 US. So essentially, that's a shortcut to getting to them. And also for Bethesda, if you've played Skyrim, you might notice this little amulet. Yeah, I got that. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. It was like only like $4. A little bit more maybe if it came to also the postage cost, but yeah. Yeah, but obviously shipping from China is going to be a lot more expensive due to all the hassle, all the big old drama going on over there with their diseases. Don't even need to say names, but we all know. Yeah. How would you build a hospital in 10 days? Like, that's impossibly too fast for even a country like that. If you ask me, it's a bit fishy. And even then, yeah, I've heard some pretty, let's just put it this way, some messed up stuff. Yeah, but that'll obviously be taking, yeah, keep control. Apparently, there are rumors that the disease was manufactured, if you know what I mean. And if it was actually a biological agent or weapon, whew, you're going to have some trouble with the rest of the world because that's a crime against humanity in its own right. That is a very naughty thing to do, China. But yeah, they're trying to, for better or worse. They're trying to keep it under control, but also trying to keep it more than quiet, saying that they're on top of it when they're not, which, if you ask me, just makes things worse. Why do they always think so backwards? Whatever. I'm not going to be too bothered by it, but yeah, big brain moment. Like, oh, shite, we've effed up a big time. It's like we sent it to the wrong marketplace. We're supposed to send it to Hong Kong, not China. Which makes sense to me, actually. Think about it. If you're losing control of a country that you're supposed to win in the elections, you're supposed to essentially, yeah, let's just put on the tinfoil hat slightly here and think that it's a possibility they may have tried to manufacture this as for weakening the economy in their country to take over. That's just something that I was thinking. But reasonably, logically, it's very hard to say. There have obviously been various rumors. That's just rumors. Take it with a grain of salt and all the rest. Control is obviously the biggest thing, obviously, for them. But I think they're slowly losing a lot of control on a lot of things. They're trying their best to make sure to look like they're not. But yeah, surprising enough, here's something funny. New Zealand is now launching rockets into space. It's pretty cool. So I think it's every few days, every few months or so on, we launch a rocket that can take a payload about the size of a shoebox into space. Which, if you think about how advanced technology is, your phone's are just as powerful as a decent laptop. It's a fairly decent little size craft or space device you can send up to do various things. And eventually, the idea is to make rockets more powerful that can take up cargo and payload for things like satellites, supplies to the space station, and beyond. You know what's gotten me kind of excited? Seeing that we may be going back to the moon. Wow. Yeah. That is something that I really do want to see people doing, is actually going back to the moon, because the moon is packed. When I mean packed, I mean jam-packed, full of resources. Yeah, it sounds awesome. Apparently, every now and again, this is just something I've heard, when they launch rockets, some rockets out there, I don't know which ones, people can able to put things on board of them that get launched into space, like a little kind of capsule almost. And I want to do something for someone that likes space a lot. And what I was going to do is wanted, like, to have something put on board of one of these or stuck onto the side of it, something that weighs next to nothing, like a sticker. What if we could, that would be something pretty cool actually, like fundraise enough money to get like NASA to launch something like that into space. That should be kind of cool, and use the profits of it to, I don't know, something. But yeah, use the profits for something good. The idea would be, because I know someone who, who is it again? I think so, Wolf. I forget how to pronounce that name, obviously, though, but that's how I've always pronounced it, and that's just going to be the way it sticks with me. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's actually something cool. Yeah. Another few things would be that would be really cool. I've always wanted to try and do is launch a weather balloon. The old weather balloons are hilarious to see. I've seen so many of them like strapped. Someone strapped like 20,000 of them together attached to the launch unit. I was like, you mad lad. You're lucky you didn't get struck by a plane or lightning. Chances of that are kind of slim, but still, you're flying up into a zone where there's big ass jetliners, airliners, and all that. You're going to expect trouble. One of them, apparently, these lawn chair weather balloon creations flew into a damn power line. Oh my god, why is it always power lines and balloons? Like, it's like there's some sort of a magnetating field that just, it's like fate itself has like made the two to be a magnet to one another, of disaster. Weather balloon hits power line. Hot air balloon hits power line. So commonly, it's like, why? That is just like karma in itself, telling everyone maybe it's not a wise idea to have either power lines or hot air balloons. You can only have one. I've known people that had they were sitting out in their backyard and they noticed a big shadow come over their property, and there's a hot air balloon only 15 feet above them, sitting there drifting along. Is because the gas line apparently was loose and he was trying to refit it on his gas bottle on board of the hot air balloon. So he had to refit it and then get it going. And it was lucky he didn't hit the neighbour's roof. And then just went boof and slowly drifted back up where it belongs, not hitting people's roofs and scraping along. Hilarious. Funny how they it went from hot air balloons, planes, helicopters, to drones, in terms of being able to look down on the world above us while in atmosphere. Wow. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of mad lads out there when it comes to them doing weird stuff. If it wasn't that, it was the fact that there's people that will literally launch drones into the air covered in LEDs, and from a distance they look like a flying saucer. So, yeah. Purposely being a troll to all the alien UFO investigators out there, they put up drones that look like UFOs. It's funny as, because when they're close, you can hear that zzz of the motors all working. Some of those drones are huge. Like, there's ones that news companies use now for news. Like, seriously? They used to use news helicopters, which were very expensive and still are to run, whereas a drone, you just have to pair it up and have some person sit there with his controllers making it hover on the spot while they film. Hilarious. Technology. The science of tomorrow. Yeah. Funny, I've seen pictures. Here's something funny. I've seen pictures of fursuits from decades and decades, like old school black and white photos of what looked like fursuits. And I'm like, we've always been around. We didn't start in the 90s. We started way back when. Aztecs, Mayans, Indians. Think about it. Egyptians. Oh God, we bloody go way back when. That's kind of funny. Jesus Christ. Romans? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God, we are literally some of the most. It's actually the oldest fandom in the world. Furries. Maybe the most oldest fandom in the world. It's actually a thought that blows my mind. Did I just literally join a fandom that's over 1,000 years old? Yep, exactly. They had a thing for that, that's for sure. It's crazy. Well, we better. Damn, people started in the 80s. No, we started back when Egypt was then. We got gods. uh, yeah. You see those videos of like from way back when, like that were like, what are they? Can't remember the name of them, but it's like what the future will look like in 2010, flying cars, all that, and then you see it's just us fooling around with with all kinds of silly tech. Apparently now there is contact VR sets, like contact lenses with little tiny screens that project the image into your retina. Okay. That is crazy. The screen is like tiny whiny thing that sits right in the middle of it, but you can see while wearing it. So essentially it acts like a heads up HUD on your screen of your eye. So literally, it's yeah. God, that's like technology beyond belief right there. If only they could make something that could deal with overheating in a fursuit. Oh yeah, they did. Actually. Essentially, it's a vest filled with, and I swear we're getting closer and closer to full drive VR. Possible. Like you see VR sets now, they're so lightweight and small. They're not these things that are like, big ass battery and huge ass set now. They're like almost just like goggles, which actually is kind of a smart idea in terms of that. But yeah, some of them use a phone. Like you just slide a phone into the front of it, and then there's two lenses on the front of inside the case that properly. Yeah, I wonder if I can do it with this one. Probably, if I wanted to. But yeah. It's funny how many people are subscribed to my channel who they're not furries, but they find the memes funny. It's kind of just an interesting thing, you know. People are becoming more normal with it, okay with it, and that's something that I think will. It just, you know, it's nice to see for once. People that aren't completely, you know, going and saying, hell for you furries, yip and hell and all that, and I'm just like, yeah. But most people are just like, okay, it's your thing. But I like seeing other people's hobbies and all that. It's sometimes quite interesting. There's things that like go, wow, that's a thing. Like extreme ironing, apparently is a thing. You know, they climb up the sides of hills or free falling. They do ironing. Okay, that's one way to get the adrenaline flowing. I can't get the creases out. The wind is blowing me. Edgy tweens. Tweens. I literally have told people who are on like, how do I get people to calm down on Twitter? Why are you using Twitter then? If you can't handle the heat, if you can't handle the tweet, get out of the tweeting kitchen. Yeah. Twats. Yeah. It's hilarious watching like all these really like because obviously apparently I know how Twitter works even though I don't even use it. Hardly have I ever even looked. I've seen some stuff though, but what's funny is people go, why are people suggesting these youth videos and I don't watch this and I'm a furry? I'm like, what do you expect? You're going to see everything. You're going to see everything. Because it suggests what friends view as well. So I'm just like, well, welcome to the world of reality where people see everything and will watch edgy and create and some pretty weird, questionable content. I'm like, you unfollow like this one YouTuber just like, oh, the free watches all, and it's like I'm gonna unfollow, and I was just like, it's furry porn. Why should you care what someone does in their bedroom in their spare time? It's kind of that kind of, yeah, I've told people that it's porn. It's not going to kill you. It's kind of, you know, what I've told a lot of people. Because of the time that it actually did, but I don't think that's ever true. Whatever. Things do happen. Oh, edgy tweens are so weird. You know, there's something about 4chan that's hilarious. They're the one that created bronies. So every time 4chan is like bother you, you just say, well, you're the one that created bronies, so you can't have much to say. Literally. That's actually, yeah. I do get it. It's whatever you like, you know, whatever you want to do and all that, but it's just hilarious. Some of them are okay people. Like one of them who makes videos called channel called Piemations makes some pretty funny videos. Yeah. When my brother found out that I was a furry, he literally was just like, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Decent channel, makes some fairly funny videos from time to time. If you know what Suction Cup Man is, then you obviously will know that meme. Suction Cup Man is here. Man. Suction Cup Man. You gotta kill me, I'm Suction Cup Man. Look at me go! Oh, that's been around for some time. That's hilarious. Actually, based on a true event that did happen for use for grabbing window panes when moving them. Funny. Something that was supposed to lift the glass can lift you. I guess vice versa, I guess, as they say. But yeah. Imagine doing something like that. That's just insanity. Like you would climb up a building to the top just to do shit. That's what you call Daredevil beyond belief. Okay, I'll see you later. I'm going to end the stream now, anyways. It's been over an hour. I hope you have a wonderful day. And anyone else that has been watching, I hope you have a wonderful day and see you later.